Welcome to Brainstorm MTG. I'm ELD, and this is Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. We have Cephalid Breakfast versus an unknown deck with Brian. Gonna guess Aluren. He has been bouncing around with a variety of crazy decks as of late. He has been big on both Food Chain and Aluren. We have seen him play some more standard lines along Blue-Red Delver or even Sneak and Show. So Brian has a full arsenal available to him as a established legacy player. And leading out here with Brainstorm, seeing Daze, Force of Will, a lot of positive protection here for the combo. A reactive suite of counters here could eventually force this to be a quick game. I see Mother of Runes, not Nomads in core. Baleful Strix comes down. Mother of Runes. Oh, and just one land. So this Baleful Strix, hopefully this is actually Aluren, and there's Leovold. That is certainly worth dazing. Leovold would brick all the future counters. I'm sorry, all the future cantrips, I mean to say. You really need Brainstorm and Ponder to dig you out of these type of terrible situations, and Leovold really eliminates all of those outs. He is a pretty brutal card in that way. A quasi Chalice effect costs one more than Chalice at one, but he has the body. And yeah, he really does shut down so much of the deck. And seeing a land, Stoneforge, Limdul's Vault, Daze. Gonna go ahead and take the Limdul's Vault. The Illusionist in hand. Getting this down would be big. Mother of Runes likely to be able to protect it from any possible answers that he could have. Inquisition. Taking the Stoneforge, so the Shuko line has been nerfed a little bit. And another Baleful Strix. Worth noting, Mother of Runes can target the Cephalid Illusionist, so that can function to get rid of some dead cards off of a Brainstorm. We'll see if that play ends up being necessary. And going to reactively or aggressively target there. Looking for some type of value. Cards like Cabal Therapy can pop up there and give some extra value, as well as Narcomoeba. Making another land drop and throwing out Cabal Therapy. And I guess at this point, likely naming Aluren. Eternal Witness would be another consideration. Any of the combo pieces. A lot of different ways this could go. Leovold. And the question is it worth it to sack this Mother of Runes in hand to prevent anything else? And I think it's gonna be. Gonna go ahead and get down Mother of Runes here. Don't love the sequencing. I think it would have been better to cast that Mother of Runes from hand and sack her, leaving the active Mother of Runes untapped. No real benefit in using that on my turn. Could have kept it around untapped until the end step, so always interesting watching as I play these kind of crazy lists. I really don't practice them at all. I just bring them right into the tournament and see how it goes. Cavern Harpy picking up Shardless Agent. And no Deathrite available, so he's not able to just cast that in the same turn. Don't know how I feel about that line. Oh, here we go. Stoneforge. The Cavern Harpy could have picked up a Baleful Strix and replayed that, getting another card in hand immediately. That could have potentially drawn into Force of Will, but it looks like no matter The combo has been assembled. Shuko fetched off of Stoneforge Mystic, and that Cephalid Illusionist is tearing through the library here. I believe we are hellbent. Ball Therapy fired off. Force of Will has not been picked up, so no other roadblocks are in the way. And Mimeoplasm is going to get Lord of Illusion and Murderous Redcap. For those unfamiliar with this particular build of Cephalid Breakfast, it does use the Mimeoplasm off of that Dread Return to to exile Murderous Redcap and Lord of Extinction. So it will come in as a Murderous Redcap with +1/+1 counters equal to Lord of Extinction's considerable power. And that is just game over as it domes the opponent for upwards of 50 plus damage, depending on how late into the game we are. It's going to be at least my entire graveyard plus their graveyard, which often will have 5 to 10 cards in it, no problem. Plenty of damage when we're talking about starting at 20 life. Even in Commander, it would be enough to take out a player. Of course, a lot easier here with playing 4 of each copy and a lot of ways to find them. I am not advocating anybody go out and build a Cephalid Breakfast Commander deck. Do so at your own risk. I'm going to go ahead and mark round 1 there for Cephalid Breakfast and see if Aluren is going to be able to force game 3 or not. Did not expect to ever see this, but it seems like of the 2 combos, Cephalid Breakfast may be the better combo. It is lower to the ground. It can happen on turn 2. Perhaps harder to disrupt because of the Cabal Therapies that go into the graveyard. It does have more protection in terms of Tavern of Souls and Aether Vial. I might just be talking myself into this, but I think Cephalid Breakfast may be favored in this matchup. See what Brian's able to do. This was filmed at Scholars Games in Brockton, Massachusetts. If you've never checked it out, I highly recommend coming down on a Wednesday night. You can actually message me at ELD@Brainstorm MTG or find me on Facebook if you're interested in borrowing a list for the evening. In between myself and the store owner, Kyle, we have a real variety of tournament-winning decks. We'd love for people to be able to try out the format. If you've never played Legacy and you're just checking these videos out and want to come down, by all means, give me a message and let's make that happen. It's an awesome format, and I really do recommend everybody kind of eventually head in that direction. If you're going to be in it for the long haul, like I've been, I mean, I've played Magic for over 20 years now, almost the full 25-year history of the game, just a very short break toward the beginning. I mean, these eternal formats are, in my view, what it's all about. Standard does have a purpose, but at the end of the day, if you are having a collection, if you are buying these cards and investing in Magic, you want to be able to play decks that are powerful, and you want a format that is not going to just constantly be throwing your cards, right down the drain. Legacy, even decks like Cephalid Breakfast. I mean, they've got a place. You can play almost anything you want in these formats. There are hugely powerful cards which barely see any play. Cards like Academy Rector or Cephalid Illusionist. And here we go, Hymn to Torak from Brian. That is really going to cause some damage, but it's dazed. Okay. Oh, and he forces back, so this could be a disaster. We might lose the entire mana base here. We'll see how this goes. Now that Aether Vial, oh, that actually wasn't too bad. That could have been a lot worse. So another daze available. This could have been a lot worse. No combo pieces yet. Dazed Narcomoeba. Oh, there's a combo piece. So running well here. Cabal Therapy against only 2 cards left. And we see Surgical. Is it time to just get that out of there? Could just jam a Narcomoeba off a Vial and get rid of the Surgical Extraction. We could possibly see Brian use it proactively as well. Probably best to just wait it out. He may draw into multiple surgicals. It's probably best to wait until we're actually ready to try and go off to try and get rid of that surgical. That does run the risk of running into Brainstorm and it being hidden and then found later, but you know, we'll see how this plays out. A lot of possibilities here. Drawing really well, hit a Force of Will. Oh no, so Abrupt Decay targets the Aether Vial, but Cephalid Illusionist gets put in off of it. Brian would have much rather had that Abrupt Decay to get rid of the Illusionist. Him here, not really that damaging. Gonna keep the Murderous Redcap, interestingly enough. Looking to actually hardcast Redcap because of how much of a train wreck this game is. And if we draw land off the top, Murderous Redcap will KO that Shardless Agent. Shardless Agent found Carpet of Flowers, a sideboard card we're not seeing a ton of as of late. Used to be a staple of Storm. Brainstorm making a real tough decision here. So there's 2 Cephalid Illusionists. So we are going 1/1 beats. 2 mana 1/1s, getting aggro, or at least building a board presence. Going to need to get rid of this Shardless Agent, but once that happens, unleash the Hounds. Oh, and here we're actually going to be totally fine. Looks like it's about time. Surgical. So Stoneforge Mystic has been drawn, going to be able to get Shuko. And Brian actually firing off this Surgical, leaving just 1 card in hand. It's Underground Sea. So this is going to do it. It looks like just going to go through the motions here. But Stoneforge is going to get Shuko. And that is going to make the combo happen. Brian on to de-sideboarding. Because that is it. Cephalid Breakfast taking down another one. That's all for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please help grow the channel by subscribing. You'll be notified when we upload new videos like Fast Effect, Double Speed Magic with commentary, or Untapped, our raw tournament gameplay. Thanks for watching.